All right. So today we're going to be looking at the Borderlands 2 Reddit, but I'm really using this as an excuse to say, hey, um, I'm going to Scotland for a little bit. So there are going to be a bunch of pre-loaded videos for like the next month and almost a half. There's some Halo, there's some Outlast, there's a lot of Outlast. I played Outlast 1, 2, and Whistleblower in that order, unfortunately. I know Whistleblower's first after 1, but like it's fine. I didn't have it, and then I got it, so I played it in that order. It is what it is. One or two other things are going to be sprinkled in there. A little bit of modded BL2 every once in a while, but it's really just going to be a lot of miscellaneous stuff for right now. But with that aside, let's go ahead and just look at the Reddit for a little bit, see what people are up to. I'm already seeing the most cursed thing that I have ever seen. And I also want to point out the fact that Florida is one of the only states that just puts everything out there for everybody to see. And that's why you see Florida Man so often. It's literally just because of the state's justice system just puts everything visible to the public, like at all times. So all of the wild stuff, you get to hear all of it. Not every state does this. Not every state allows everybody to cover like every insane thing. Like this happening, which I mean, like, nothing happened to this man apparently outside of a traffic stop, but like, just in general, when you see Florida men, just realize it's the fact that they're allowed to cover this type of stuff and the fact that their justice system just puts it where everyone can see it. My man can hear everything though. He has 4K hearing while the rest of us are still on 1920 by 1080p. So, respect to him. And also because he's kind of scaring me a little bit. Who is this girl from the comics? I don't know anything about the comics. Are there comics? We have comics? I played the mainline games. I've seen a little bit of Tales. I gotta be honest, I'm just a video game player. I'm not really a big lore buff or anything like that, so I don't know anything about this. If that is a real person, cool. Interesting. Don't know though. The greatest find of my over 1,000 hours of playing this game. World drop 94% shame. Ah, that is a pretty good shame. The RNG on getting that is an absurdly low, rare odd. So good for you, I guess. It is OP10 as well, so it's like it's completely maxed out. I would just grab it, not even because I need it or anything. Even if I was playing like Krieg here, where like maybe a sham's not so useful, if you still found it on the character, I'm gonna keep that thing glued to me from then on. And also maybe you can become the fabled rocket jumping Krieg of old, which is to say get drunk effect, do Logan's gun, and then cry because it's nowhere near as good as any other character. Gearbox, please take the knockback resistance off of my Krieg. I want to run a transformer and a shock bata with him so that I can rocket jump around on my Krieg while keeping my shield topped off because I'm using a transformer which is shock, but it also can have a decent absorb chance because it's an absorb shield. It would just be perfect. It would be good for the character. It would negate all of his bad shield maintenance stuff. It would also make me feel really smart about my playstyle with Krieg at the same time. You could take advantage of the mag size. You could take advantage of the swap speed, the reloading. He would be such a good rocket jumping character if they would just release him. But alas, he is too thick of a boy. Just a dumb, intrusive meme thought. True. And some jackfruit. I can add nothing to this but bask in its presence and enjoy it for what it is. Truly beautiful artwork. My favorite DLC is the Pirate DLC, Jack Sparrow, Handsome Jack Sparrow. This is just a talking point, and I kind of respect that. Pirate DLC is definitely one of the better DLCs. It's got just like nice equipment in it, it's got cool looking stuff in it. It is just a nice little DLC overall. It's not spicy and full of reflective or armored or both mobs at the same time, like Tina or Hammerlock DLC. It's got a pretty chill raid boss fight, except for the fact that the raid bosses get confused and just fly away sometimes in the middle of trying to DPS them, which can be very frustrating. But like, you know, it's got Hyperius. Hyperius is pretty cool. We like him. We can bore him. We can do reflect kills on him. Master G can get gate crushed and we can pretend he doesn't exist. If we could all do that, that'd be pretty cool. Because outside of clearing him for the quest or maybe getting an Ahab to commit Salvador, not a whole lot of reason to go to him. So yeah, we can just ignore those two and just say Pirate DLC cool as a whole. Just don't look at Anchorman or the Invisible Corsairs or the dudes with the swords that can swing at you and reflect, or the cursed pirates, or the sandworms doing the worm thing that they do when you go down in front of them. There's a lot more bad things than I remember there being about that DLC now that I'm thinking about it and listing it out. I still like it though for some reason. The equipment is good. What rarity is this? Effervescent. That's right, for some reason instead of calling it rainbow or something like that, they named it after the shiny effect of an oil slick. That's what effervescence is. It's not that cool band that everyone used to say wake me up about. It is just oil slick rainbow sheen is what it is. So yeah, effervescent. Wildlife exploitation preserve be like will bite. They locked him away for being too powerful. Yeah. And also, it doesn't help the fact that Bloodwing is either like a really chill fight or it's just an AFK snoozer fight until you get to have a really chill fight. Because Bloodwing is actually not usually very tanky, even if you're playing like a relatively difficult run. And if she is annoying, eventually she just lands, and then you get to bully her then. So, Wildlife is actually pretty chill. So, ugh, I got bored and found one of those websites that has a ton of old golden keys. Needless to say, I'm set for life. Fair enough. I personally don't have any reason to use golden keys, at least when I'm playing vanilla. You know, you just learn where farms are, like the Lascaux, like the Maggie and the Slaga. Maybe go get a Pimpernel if you really got a hankering for DPS. You can go over and get like I don't know, the Bada Boom. Like, there's a good couple options. Even just abusing the Skyrocket early game, let's be honest, we all do it. The Unkempt Herald is there. The Unkempt Herald and Torg DLC is there. Tina DLC is there. There's just a lot of abusable options that a lot of people will use. But at the same time, I do wish there was a good place to farm purples and, like, E-Tech weapons a little more consistently, a little more nicely. That would be cool. So if we could get rid of golden chest farming with something else that had similar high quality loot, that'd be cool. I would appreciate that. I've been a diehard fan of the Bee since 2012, but someone dropped the antagonist for me, and oh my god, I'm in love. Yeah, I mean, the antagonist is good. You're playing Maya, so you have kinetic reflection, which is going to make it feel even better. You have, like, every meta item I've ever seen known to man, except for the Grogon, which I see it in your backpack as not a mission item, so it's definitely cheated in, or someone dropped it, or you got it. Maybe you got it back during the hunt, like the 2013 hunt. Maybe I'm just, cutting to conclusions a little too fast. You could have done that. I don't know. But yeah, antagonist. Oh no, there's definitely. I see that. I see that Stormfront, that banded Stormfront. Okay, that's definitely cheated in. Um, but yeah, like antagonist is just nice. It provides reflection, it provides tankiness, it applies slag for you. You're playing Maya who already has a ton of slag, but like it is just a good time for anybody. So like yeah, it is nice to have. I see that there is just a consistent meme this week as well. Handsome Jack Daniels, Handsome Jacksonville. There were the other two that we've seen already. That's a sham posting. Okay. The driller is a delight. Are we... Oh, we got two vermies. Okay, we're playing zero. Oh, are we boring? Ah. Okay, so you were going for train kill, but you ended up getting boar instead. Nice. You have every skill known to mankind. What is... Is this a legitimate build? I don't even know. Does it matter? Not really compared to what we're talking about right here. But yeah, boar is nice. Anytime you can stack two boreable enemies together that are not normally boreable, it's hilarious. Because, people just think of Bunker, or they think of Hyperius, or like one or two other niche examples or whatever. But like, if you can get two mobs to just overlap just a little tiny bit, that works. You can just take advantage of that and then just fry two dudes just at the same time. So it's really funny. It gets rid of reflective shields or reflective armor. It only costs a single point, and also it highlights crit spots if you're newer to the game and need that information. So like, it's pretty good skill for 1 point. Hugh Jackman, Hugh Handsome Jackman. Yep, handsome. Yep, he's just breaking it down. Fair. Which legendary is a gun that take the longest time to get? Brother, you. That's such good bait. Jesus Christ. Okay. But like in all seriousness, have you ever tried to farm a rocket jumping bada boom? Do you know how annoying it is sometimes? He sometimes doesn't spawn. He sometimes spawns in the wrong spot. You have to get specific parts on it. If you want to have a very specific role, you have to get like many parts on it. We're talking the sight needs to be a specific way, the grip needs to be matching, the exhaust needs to be banded or Vladoff, depending on if you're Sal or not, pretty much. And then quick drawer, you can have a Maliwan sight for that projectile speed. You can have a TDR sight for reload speed if you're on a controller. You could have a Vladoff sight if you're playing Salvador and need more double shot fire rate stuff. But also, I think they use Maliwan nowadays too. And then also, of course, you want it to roll explosive. Maybe there's one or two scenarios where you want it to roll shock, so you can run it with a transformer. I wish Creed could rocket jump, really bad. But yeah, this is one of those examples where like this is an item a lot of people want, and it's horrible to farm. So yes, probably Bada I would say is pretty darn up there. Longtime player and just got the game on PC a couple of weeks ago. Logged in to today on my level 50 Sal and noticed something interesting about my BA rank. First off, running BL2 fix, nice, good meme. 1.9 mil BA rank and you're only at like 9% bonuses? That's cursed. I guess it's because you haven't redeemed those 2,877 tokens, which honestly, fair enough, I respect it. A lot of us do just eventually, if you play Borderlands 2 long enough, just start disabling it, or even forgetting to spec BA rank points. And if you do remember to, you just start mashing the enter button really fast because it evens out your stats over time. And it'll force you to pick lower roll stats compared to higher roll stats if the higher roll stats are too high. So, might as well just mash, because it'll just even it out for you. I love card games. It's Handsome Jack. Is this shield good? Okay, they're playing Zero. I don't like the hoplite. It makes you slow, and it makes me sad that you are slow, because I like to go fast in these games. But they have a Neo, which is going to be pretty nice, honestly, for survivability. You get that health regen, you get health like a normal Anshin shield, you get resistance like a normal Anshin shield. It's just a better Anshin shield, and pretty much everyone I know loves running one anyway, or running a, like, just a Pangolin shield, which I would say Hoplite is Pangolin, but it has that movement speed problem, and I don't like the movement speed problem. So I'd say yes. Neo, very good. Would recommend for, like, everybody if you stumble upon one. I don't know if I'd go out of my way to farm one, but, like, it's nice. Just finished TVHM. Anything I should know before starting UVHM? Okay. Roto Plasma Caster. We've got a Lady Fist of no flavor, I assume. That looks like a Slag E-Tech Doll SMG. That's a Striker. Turtle Shield. I Fear Life Relic? Tenacity Relic? We've got a Transfusion. We've got a green Matriarch, I think. Right? And then we have halfway down tree build. Halfway down tree build is fine, honestly. I respect it. BA rank doesn't really matter too much. Lol get farmed. Alright, oh, you're level 52 already. Okay. Interesting. A lot of people don't like to overlevel TVHM. I, as a base for this person, would probably end up recommending breaking my entire Reddit. Hello. I would recommend go to Pirate DLC, get a blue class mod. You could get a chain reaction class mod. You could get like maybe one or two other roles. You could go over to Tina DLC, you could farm class mods there. You could get some fire rate or some crit or some mag or a mix of all of the above, except for fire rate and crit, I think are mutually exclusive. I don't remember. But you could get some decent class mods there. Most of your items will perform fine. Maybe rush your early UVHM and just pipeline it straight to like getting Herald and Let's Go and stuff like that unlocked would be good as a first time player. Having crutches like that'll be good. I am glad they have Cloud Kill because Cloud Kill is good for new players. I might recommend they get Slag of some type that isn't the Doll E-Tech SMG that'll just burn ammo really fast and feel bad to slag with, because Slag becomes very, very useful very quick as a new player in UVHM. But Cloud Kill will probably keep them alive. If you put a single point in Blight Phoenix, it'll stagger melee mobs, which means that they're less likely to hit you if they get close to you if you have kill skills active. 1 point in Ruin, because that's free slag right there. 1 point in Converge pulls everyone in, but it'll also blow up barrels, so be careful casting it near people, or near barrels rather. And then, like, everything else is fine. The Sweet Release aggroes, like, every enemy on a map for some reason, which is why some one-lifers don't take it, which I recently learned, which is weird. But, like, this is fine. You could walk into next difficulty with this stuff, and it would go well if you wanted to. Maybe pick up a Let's Go from TVHM Frostburn pool real quick, because it'll be level 50. Maybe get a B shield if you want that extra bit of panic. Just stuff like that, I guess, really. Jack Russell Terrier, handsome Jack Russell Terrier, true. What is up there? Airborne Outlaw. It's funny they're the enemy that gets stuck in the air the most because they're attached to a flying enemy. But, like, if you look at their name, it makes sense, so it's fine. Is this a perfect B shield? That is weirdly up to interpretation. All Maliwan for most damage. You could roll Tediore parts for faster recharge delay. You could do a mix of both. You could do like Hyperion parts, or like there's what, 1 or 2 mixes that people will debate back and forth over. I like just making the funny damage number go up personally, but like honestly, that's probably what I would do. Funny damage number go up is what I'd prefer. Is this a god roll? We got Jacob's Grip. We got Damage Accessory. I could debate you about the sight, but like, people like their damage because, you know, most efficient use of ammo is just put more lead or like deal more damage with lead. Matching Grip, mag size, reload, all that nice stuff. A little bit of damage. I don't know if Matching Grip still gives damage. Probably does. And then I prefer an actual like scope if I'm going to use a pistol sight because of recoil. I detest aiming down sights on a pistol and then my entire vision being blocked by the pistol flying up into my character's eyeballs. So give me an actual scope, please. But like, yeah, no, this is totally fine. This would work just fine. This is really good. This is probably considered a god roll. So like, yeah, absolutely. Jack-o'-lantern, handsome jack-o'-lantern. Holy guacamole. We're really just running money shot Sal out here in the wild. It's an Avenger. What are we doing? Do we get more drops? I mean, yeah, Cassius drops a lot of loot. I don't know if it's fair to rope him in at the same time. Oh, you got 3 pearls in 1 map. Okay, you know what? Fair. That's can't even troll about that. That's just really nice. You might want to get rid of that Maliwan sight on that rocket launcher. It's going to make your projectile speed for Pimp Rocket really bad. But nice, I guess. Alright, we're starting to get down to our loot rolls here in the Reddit, so we're probably hitting the bottom. That's pretty much it. A lot of interesting stuff we've talked about today. Talked about the fact that I'm also going to be gone once again for like a month and a half, and there's going to be miscellaneous content on the channel once again. It'll be uploaded daily though, and there won't be a single interruption to the normal schedule. I'll probably come back with the same length of hair. We don't know. Maybe it gets shorter. Maybe it gets way longer just out of nowhere. I'll just force it to grow. But that is it. Enjoy the miscellaneous content until I am back. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day, week, month, and next half month as well until I can check back in again. Good night, guys.